Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Hey, what's up? It's Tuesday. You know what that means. We do the tarot reading of the week, ho. Honest to God, you guys, I missed my calling of probably working at a radio station making up dumb jingles for local businesses. Hey, never give up on your dreams. There's still plenty of time for all of that. All right, so good morning. I'm up it's 6:22. I've been up since 5. I've had time to juice celery, make a morning hack video for my YouTube channel. I've been doing a daily morning show there. And I did it really early today because usually right now I'm sleeping. Although, you lifetimers who have been with me since the beginning of the show, I don't know how the heck you've done it. You know that at the very beginning, like we're talking the first episodes, and I don't even know how many into the show, but I used to get up this early. It was always this early. And then I got away from that. So anyways, good morning. How are you? Happy fall equinox. Happy Mabon. We are going, I can't actually look quite yet. Almost. All right, my phone is still uploading the video, but I'll grab it here in a minute and talk about the spread that we're going to do. It's really cool, and why I picked it is it reminded me of our herb of the week, turmeric. There was just a few things that it said, and I was like, yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. So right now, even just this morning, doing the morning hack and thinking about turmeric and myself, we are getting, of course, to be expected, I suppose, in the equinox, a lot of messages about balance. So today, first day of fall, equal day, equal night, right? The dark and the light are equally balanced today. Like there's just as much night darkness as daylight if you're in the northern hemisphere. But actually, if my noggin serves me correctly, like even if you're in Australia in the southern hemisphere, like you're having your first day of spring today too, right? So you've balanced out too. And now you'll be getting more light, but I'll be getting more dark. Oh, it's so weird how that works. But anyways, so yeah, first day of fall. It's definitely chilly in here. I still haven't cleaned out the vents, so no heat. No heat until I vacuum out all the in vents and the out vents, because we don't want crazy dog hair and dust blowing around any more than it needs to. So anyways, let me see if I can look now. Okay, yeah, it uploaded. Now it's processing, so I can get out of the YouTube for a second or forever and go to Instagram to tarot spread layout. And today is Mabon, which is another way to say the equinox, or right, I'm assuming. But anyways, this is from the Wayward Witch. The Wayward Witch made this 5-card spread, and I love it because there's a glass bottle of milk on this really interesting table. Is that roast beef? There's a sliced pear, milk. I guess we're eating. This is a dinner table, but it's a different type of feast, But I love the milk. And I love the cards too. So here's the 5 cards, and then you can decide if you want to do this, if you want to get your deck, give it a shuffle, pull some cards, just see what you come up with. Now, the first one, how can I bring more light? I thought that was a good question, because starting today, tomorrow, every day, there's going to be less and less light in my physical world in Pennsylvania. Like, ridiculous. We get dark so fast here. And so then I have to be like, personally motivated to balance that within me. Oh yeah, I definitely take time to like honor the darkness and hibernate and retreat and go within, but don't I fucking do that all the time, right? So so I have to really watch. I'm definitely one of those people that like can be susceptible to SAD, seasonal affective disorder, just getting to be a cranky butt if I'm not getting enough sunshine. So I really have to make sure I'm doing my part to get outside and inner light, shine my inner light on everything, stay positive, stay balanced, all that. So I love these questions. How can I bring more light? What darkness needs to be shed? So don't worry, I'll repeat these 100 times as we go along. But those are the top 2. And I love how they're laid out too. It's hard to explain. Like there's 3 tiers. There's 2, and then 1 at the bottom. But they kind of are laid in a little bit of a diagonal, sort of. So I'll explain it as we lay it out. Trust me, we'll get through this. We'll get through this. Now, the next set of questions is, depending on how you read it, let's see, things that do not serve me and where to find balance. So I'd probably read them left to right, I guess. So first we're going to find out how we can bring more light with the Mabon spread. What darkness needs to be shed, which is very similar to the question, things that do not serve me, kind of. Well, so that'll be interesting to see how those 2 compare. Where to find balance, right? That I'm seeing the seaweed bath. What card is that, Kelp? That's like, take a bath in seaweed. That's apparently my remedy in my mind for everything, even though I've never done that. In my head, that's the card I'm going to get. And then the last card is, what did I learn? I don't know. So we'll just leave it up to our deck, right? So it's 5 cards here for the fall equinox, or the spring, I guess, if you're doing that. And yeah, I liked it for the turmeric. Let's see what our affirmations are real quick. I liked it for the turmeric because, the first affirmation with our turmeric this week, which those are, you can print them out on the Herbal Marie Patreon page. Just they're available to the public. You might have to sign up for, I don't know if you'd have to sign up for a Patreon account or not, or if you can just go there and see it and see the attachment at the bottom of the post and print it. But I welcome change is the first one. And so, yeah, we have to be welcoming to change in order to release things. Even if, like, it's not serving you, if you're hesitant to change, you'll want to hang on to stuff, even if it's not serving you, because you're just so freaked out about change. So if that is you to any degree, the affirmation, I welcome change, will help open you up a little bit. I welcome change. I welcome change. See, that's so different than, oh my God, I hate change. I welcome change. Oh, I welcome change, right? And then I am persistent was our next affirmation from turmeric. And see, you will need to have persistence with things that do not serve you, or darkness that needs to be shed. Like it's not just like snap the fingers and all darkness is gone. I mean, maybe some people can do that, but most people have to be persistent, especially when it's like there's something that doesn't serve you, has become a habit, or you've become accustomed to it. Just like some terrible situations, people become accustomed to abuse. You know, it's like you have to be persistent when you're changing resistant things. Yeah, you have to be persistent when you're trying to change resistant things. Now, the other affirmations turmeric offered us and brought to us this week was, I love to teach my community what I know. Right? I love to teach. So the last question that we're going to do today with this spread from the Wayward Witch, waywardwitch.com. What did I learn? So I love to teach my community what I know. Okay, so I learned something. Now I will share it. The sharing is so big, you guys. It's all through the Course in Miracles. Like right now, what I'm reading, it's everything. It's everything to share, because once you share, then you actually really know it. You don't know it until you can share it. I radiate my intentions into everything I say and do. So that's a good one. And so it's like our very first question will be, how can I bring more light? How can I bring more light? How can I radiate more light? How can I radiate my intentions, my lighted intentions, into everything I say and do? Well, you can bring more light by making, like Turmeric said yesterday, having everything be an embodied prayer. Like everything you do is significant. It's fantastic. So this just felt so good because Turmeric says, I shine my light, I share my love, I do the work and allow my heart to guide me. So yeah, we do the work and we bring more light. We let go of things that aren't serving us. If it's dark, if it's considered darkness, it says what darkness needs to be shed. It almost could say what darkness will be dispelled when I shine more light. So it's almost, you don't even have to think like, how do I get rid of this darkness? Well, just bring more light, shine more light, share more love. You don't actually have to get into any type of attack or, oh, I gotta defeat this darkness. No, actually you don't. What you need to do is just turn on the light switch, right? So a dark room, you don't have to go in and fight the dark. You just actually have to turn on the light switch. Like, just have to flip the switch and then the dark goes away. So in your life too, if you have things inside of you that are negative and dark, and a lot of times all you need to do is just bring more light. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our steadfast herb of the week, turmeric. And I'm so happy you're here with me. I welcome change. I am persistent. I love to teach my community what I know. I radiate my intentions into everything I say and do. I shine my light. I share my love. I do the work and allow my heart to guide me. I welcome change. I am persistent. I love to teach my community what I know. I radiate my intentions into everything I say and do. I shine my light. I share my love. I do the work and allow my heart to guide me. And so it is. All right, so as I put my feet on this toasty foot warmer, it is like a flat piece of carpet goes under your desk. I bought it for my ex-husband. He just thought it was kind of ridiculous, but on a cold morning like this, I love it. So I'm glad he didn't want it. It makes me realize though that I need to get one of those coffee cup warmers, a mug warmer that you plug in and it actually keeps your warm drink warm. I know. I want to get less electrical, But then I'm like, I also want my drink warm all the time. Anytime I go to take a sip, I want it to be warm. So anyways, I'm thinking about getting that for myself. I've been thinking about it. We'll see. All right, so on a day like this, though, I can really feel like the humidity is changing and the seasons are changing, and like my lips like just are eating the lip balm. You know, you're just putting it on, putting it on, putting it on. So really a cup of tea, I've like drank it before I sometimes even realize it. Like the other day, yesterday or the day before, I went to have another sip of my tea and I was like, I don't remember finishing you. Like I just chugged it down. All right, so what deck are you gonna use? I'm gonna use the one that I've been using this whole year. The Herb Crafters Tarot by Letitia Guthrie and Joanna Powell Colbert. I'm looking forward to seeing what the deck brings in. Now, all the cards are in here, of course, but one, turmeric. Turmeric didn't make it because it's on display. So that's usually how it goes. So we will not be seeing the 8 of Earth. We don't have to do any more fabric dyeing today. Good Lord. If turmeric had its way, everything would be golden and yellow. Whew. All right. So anyways, let's take a breath. Try not to fall back asleep. Although now it's 6:53 and it's like almost 7. Like, okay, good job, Sadie. You're just like a normal person now. But to think that I have been awake for 2 hours. The morning goes so fast. I know I've said this before, but like anytime I get up earlier, it's like the time flies by. I'm like, was that worth it? Well, I've drank celery juice. I've drank raw cacao. I pooped. I did a hack podcast. Or what is that? What would that even be? Just a show. Because it's like podcast, but I'm using my screen record on my phone. And then now here I am. Here I am. All right, now as you can hear, I've thoroughly shuffled these cards. So if we get any stalkers, it's because they're stalking. And there is a spread on Tarot Spread Layout on Instagram. If you have a stalker card, I found a spread that like you can actually talk to your stalker and ask it like, what's up? What do you want me to learn? All right, so let's open up Instagram again. I turned off my phone thinking I was done. We are not done. We're not done. Okay, today's the Mabon Tarot spread. And let's go over to the Wayward Witch. It's Zoe, Eclectic Witch. She says, I am a magical content creator and I help people who want to level up through tarot and coaching. Check out my link for more. Okay, so I just wanted to see actually if she said anything about this spread. Yes, she did. Mabon spread. Are you ready for the autumn equinox, my lovelies? The day where light is as long as night. Snuggle in, my lovelies, and get your journal out for some Mabon reflections. So, a lot of these you could maybe journal them. Like, you know, we can pull the cards, we can get a tarot card, but then these are all really great journaling prompts. You know, how can I bring more light? What comes to mind? Before we even pull a card, what comes to mind? How can you bring more light? As I'm looking out the window and watching it get lighter and lighter before my eyes, how can we rise like the morning sun? What darkness needs to be shed? What darkness needs to be shed? What comes to mind? What might seem obvious? Or what's lurking? What's lurking in your shadows? What things do not serve you? What things do not serve you anymore? I'm scratching my head like my crown chakras, like where to find balance? A lot of times we already know these answers, of course. Like we know this. We might be repeating a lesson, and that's how we know it. And maybe it's just time now to learn the lesson. What did I learn? What did I learn? What has this darkness taught me? What have these things that don't serve me, what have they taught me? Right? There's a lesson in everything. All right, so here we go. I'm like itchy feeling. Probably because I've been wearing the same jacket for days. You know, the same hoodie. There's probably like one single strand of my crazy witch hair in my sleeve, and like that'll drive me crazy. It really will. But I'm shedding a bunch. Like anytime I run my hands through my hair, I'm like, geez, girl, take a vitamin. Okay, here we go. Ready? Do you have your deck? How can I bring more light? This is the first card that we're going to pull from the Mabon spread by thewaywardwitch.com, or on Instagram, the Wayward Witch. The Wayward Witch. The Wayward Witch. I want to relax and get centered, but I don't want to let myself get sleepy. All right, let's do one more shuffle. Okay. Question: how can I bring more light? For the love of God, how can I bring more light? And we have a flipper and a jumper, and I just chucked it up on the desk. It is our friend burdock root. How can I bring more light? We got the hanged one, number 12. Now, when I did chuck it up, it's upright, but it did kind of like go on its side a little bit. So I'm just going to fix it and kind of put it where I'm going to try to mimic her layout. How can I bring more light? Now, this is the card that has the runes on it that they made from the gobo, from the burdock root. So once again, there's my burdock runes that I've not yet made. Oh my gosh. And I've been watching Shuffle Tarot from, I think she lives in Australia. I love her YouTube channel. I love her. She's so cute. But she has all these wooden runes, and a lot of them she made herself. And she does a really cool weekly rune reading, and she has a wooden bowl too. So it sounds so nice to like take a handful of the wooden runes and drop them in the wooden bowl, you know, like a bamboo, like a really lightweight bowl, you know. So I have runes. They're hematite, and I think they're upstairs because I've thought maybe I would work with them more if they were in bed with me. And I have a few times, but anyways, I love her wooden rune readings, but like, yeah, my hematite ones, I can't throw those on, you know, anything without cringing. So that's another reason why I have them upstairs, because I can take a handful out and put them on my bedspread and not feel like I'm going to break them. But wooden or burdock runes would be awesome. And I keep saying that. And maybe this weekend, I actually might be near a grocery store that might have them. Like if anywhere around here might have them, Martin's might, right? Because that's as fancy as we get around here. But anyways, yes, I could dig up a burdock root, but you'd have to have you'd have to be a successful burdock root digger to get like a nice chunk of the root that's like similar in diameter. So you could have, you know, like there's definitely can have variations in your runes, but I think if they're too varied, like too ridiculous in size, like you'll know that big one is Thoraz, you know what I'm saying? And then you'll just be cheating, and like me, I'll be like always picking the one that I want. All right, so anyways, let's get back to our spread. How can I bring more light? We get burdock. We get the hanged one. Okay, so here's burdock's answers to our question. So what I love about this deck, this guidebook, is like on each card gets a page, And at the top, there's like this little like label section. Like it has the keywords or key ideas for each card at the top. So it's really a great deck for asking a question and then getting a specific answer, and then you can read more into it. So anyways, how can I bring more light? Burdock, the Hanged One, says, embrace a foe as a friend. So how can I bring more light? Well, embrace your foes as friends. Embrace everyone as a friend, right? How can you bring more light? Start loving everybody, embracing everybody, accepting everybody, accepting everyone as someone who's going to teach you something, whether you like them or not, whether they like you or not. There's a lesson. Okay, Burdock also says, how can you bring more light? Well, tap into nourishment found in the depths. So as we embark with the shortening days here after the autumn equinox, embrace the darkness. As a matter of fact, tap into the nourishment found in the depths. So darkness in you, darkness around you. You know, there's so many benefits to going deeper, going into the depths. Now, Burdock also says some other suggestions how to bring more light. Let go of control. Lasting change takes time. So as we like try to micromanage our life and take control and always be right and have things go the way we think we should go, we actually might be limiting our light. We're limiting our love because we're just trying to be little obsessive control freaks. And yeah, so we're only like bringing in so much light because we're constricted, we're tense, we're tight, we're trying to hold on to everything and keep everything under control. But if we could let go of control and tap into the nourishment found in the depths and embrace foe as our friend, we could let in or bring in more light. Burdock also says lasting change takes time. So be patient, like Turmeric says, be persistent. As you take heed of these suggestions, know that lasting change takes time. So don't get discouraged if you're not seeing results right away. If you're not, like, you can't be like, where's my light? Where's my light? Okay, I did this. Where is it? Well, it takes time a little bit sometimes. So be patient. So this is an awesome card. I mean, you can't get any cooler than this card. There's a cup of tea placed over a large burdock leaf. And in the cup of tea, it's a white cup, the tea is reflecting the naked tree outside the window. So when you look into the teacup in this picture, you see branches, naked branches, right? So this is really beautiful, and it's on this burdock leaf. Now a large clean root rests on the table. So right beside it, there's our hanged one. There's our big old burdock root. The tendrils forming the shape of the hanged one. Legs crossed like the numeral 4. Burdock root runes spill out from their blue velvet bag towards a lit beeswax candle. So it's an awesome, oh man. And you can look in the card and see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 upright runes. And we could look them up someday. Right? That might be curious to see what runes that she decided to keep upright. So anyways, that's our burdock. That's our big answers coming into the question, how can I bring more light? Burdock says, challenge presents an opportunity for growth. That's why we have to be like, all right, so I've basically lived a life of darkness. But all this challenge has been like such an opportunity for growth. Though burdock is a tenacious weed, it can also be a valuable plant. The presence of burdock may indicate where the land is lacking nutrients. Using the large leaves as mulch can bring nourishment to the surface. When the leaves break down, the soil will improve and burdock will no longer have the conditions to thrive. Flip the script on a difficult situation. Flip it. Flip the script. This is like how, like, I literally, when I decide to love somebody that I hate, I usually love them away. I flip the script. I see the problem as a solution. Burdock is also a valuable ally for the liver as it helps clear and release toxins. But healing the land or the body, especially the body, if you've been a drunkadoo for a real long time, requires a long-term commitment. Surrender to the process. Deep change takes time. So how can I bring more light? Well, I would say burdock is definitely saying dive into your darkness and get it going on there. How can you bring more light? Put it in the depths of you. Really. See your problems as the solutions, right? See your foes as your friends. See your challenges as your most beneficial learning experiences. Really start to appreciate things. Bring more light in. I like that. I love, not that I don't even like this. I love that the question is, how can I bring more light? And we have a lit beeswax candle on this card. Makes me wanna light a little candle more often. If I had beeswax candles, I would, like, because they smell so good. Oh, they really do. I love the smell of beeswax. I have like just bullshit candles, But yeah, maybe I should go get a little candle. All right, I'll go do that. But before I go grab my candle, the Hanged One, number 12, just wants to give you a few suggestions on crafting with burdock and crafting with the Hanged One. So invite burdock to shift your perspective. Sit with it in the wild, harvest it, cook with it. How can you bring more light? Well, shift your perspective. Start to see where light could be. Start to see where you could bring more light, like the problem that you thought could never be solved. Entertain the idea, well, what if I would bring more light into this interaction? Tap into the wisdom from the depths by crafting burdock root runes for divination. For the love of God, I really hope I do this someday. Enjoy a slow cup of burdock tea. As you sip, silently release all that is keeping you stuck. So, how funny is burdock root? Our next card is going to be what darkness needs to be shed, and it's already setting us in that direction. As we drink the burdock root tea, as we sip, we're going to silently release all that is keeping us stuck. So whether we are aware of what darkness needs to be shed or not, I'm saying or not, like you don't even almost need to not know. Oh, wait, I'm gazing too many words. Even if you don't know what the darkness is, you could still shed it just by bringing in more light. All right, yes, I have lit a candle, even though now it's so light outside at 7:12. The candle would have been appreciated 20-30 minutes ago, Sade. That's all right, it's never too late. I lit a stick of nog because the house smells just awful all the time. And I got my feet back on this warm foot mat, which I do see my ex-husband, my former spouse, um, did always say it almost got like too hot, like you're burning your feet. I can see that. I can definitely see that. But once you start, you can't live without it then, you know? You can't. All right, so here is the Mabon tarot spread. And we've got burdock root doing a great job explaining how we can bring more light. Our next card, you ready to pull a second card? What darkness needs to be shed? So I would shuffle it again. Go ahead, shuffle it 100 more times. Okay, let's see though. What darkness needs to be shed? What darkness needs to be shed? So clumpy. What darkness needs to be shed? I have my eyes closed. Like, I know I could have probably picked a card, but it has to be so specific today. What darkness needs to be shed? Okay. All right, we're going off the top because it was getting ready to jump off. I mean, it was jumping off. Why is this so much pressure? What darkness needs to be shed? It's a reversed 6 of fire. Nasturtium. Okay. Let's check it out. 6 of fire. It's nasturtium. Now it's reversed, so we have to kind of think backwards. Opposite. Okay, let's just read it. Let's read this is the darkness that needs to be shed. So it says, celebrate yourself and others. So a lot of times I just very literally, when it's reversed, take it as you're not celebrating yourself and others. You know what I mean? Call the circle, make some magic. What darkness needs to be shed? You haven't been. You haven't been calling the circle. You haven't been making magic. Glitter and spice magnify power and joy. You haven't been using glitter and spice. You have not been magnifying power and joy because you have not been using glitter and spice. So what darkness needs to be shed? Now, I could also take this in a totally different way. I'm surprised it even jumped in my mind. But like, as I'm reading the Course in Miracles, it really is, it's said a few times that like something about magic, and it hasn't really been like super, it basically was saying like, you know, why, well, it didn't say that, but how I took it was like magic is nothing compared to being miracle minded. And I see that. I really do, right? So is magic the right type of energy that I want to be tapping into? Or is this almost telling me to let go of thinking that I have to call a circle and make some magic? I know, all my witches just gasp, but I'm just saying, I see that message here a little bit. I'm just being honest. I just read the fucking cards, you guys. Even if they upset me, because it's Tarot Tuesday Tarot, and that's what we do. We come together here at Ho, and we hand Sadie her ass on a weekly basis. But I have to really think how this makes me feel. What darkness needs to be shed? I got the 6 of fire reversed. Nasturtium. All right, let me read the whole thing, and then I'll decide what I think or how I feel. A table, this is the card where there's a table set for making spells with friends. So there's large beeswax pillars. They're just white, these big white candles, big pillars, like the kind that you see like Mother Mary on and stuff, like, but there's nothing on them. They're plain. They're waiting to be adorned. Red and gold glitter spills onto the table. Nasturtium flowers, which I did not grow this year, Crimson, orange, and yellow pepper the table. Haha, because they taste like pepper. They're very spicy. A candle is lit in the center of the holy mess to mark the beginning of sacred time. See, this is why it's confusing. What darkness needs to be shed? All right, let's keep reading. What darkness needs to be shed? Raise a little power for healing and transformation. And just side note, this might be why some people don't like to read reversals, because it's like too interpretive, too confusing, and it might just be easier to say, hey, what darkness needs to be shed, and then read it upright. So there's also that, I'm just saying. So if like I haven't been gathering, right? See, it gets confusing. Raise a little power for healing and transformation. That's not confusing, right? That makes sense to me, right? We have to do that. Cheer on your friends and praise their accomplishments as they do for you. Drawing bees and nourishing soil. Wildly growing nasturtium is a vibrant plant that brings life to the garden. Yeah, it brings in the bees, it nourishes the soil. And also, your ability to bring people together creates magic. Claim your space as a community leader. Oh, okay, here we go. Gather circles. Now, what darkness needs to be shed? Any type of darkness or resentment or negativity that I have that's preventing me from bringing people together, right? So this could actually just be another card about like me feeling like I'm able, worthy, or capable of doing that and doing a good job. See, like this week, just to see like who has their notifications on, I did like a very quick live stream for no reason, just to see like how many people stumbled in on my YouTube channel. Only a couple, so when Spirit tells me, oh, you should do regular live streams again, I think, what, for the 2 fucking people? Like, why do you have me do this stuff? And I know it's good for me. I get that. I do it for myself. That's why I do everything. Every podcast, every video, everything I benefit from. I get it. But it's just kind of like, it makes me question and makes me doubtful, like that. Like, I'm like, okay, like, sure, I'll set this up and have nobody watch. All right. But then even if people did show up, I question, like, okay, is it really me that should be doing this? So nasturtium says to claim your place as a community leader. Gather circles. Creativity ignites creativity. Nasturtium blooms in many colors. Let your personal flair shine. Dance to your own beat while dancing in harmony with others. Nasturtium vinegar adds flavor with a kick. Celebrate your accomplishments with pizzazz. All right, so did it really answer what darkness needs to be shed? I kind of answered it myself by being negative. Right? What darkness needs to be shed? I didn't quite understand the card, so I showed you all my weaknesses and doubts and insecurities, thus giving me my answer of what needs to be shed. Doubt, bitterness, resentment, insecurity, lack of confidence that it's like important to do. Because like even like all the time I catch myself, like this morning, like watching Daniel Scranton, I thought to myself, see, there's somebody actually adding a good message to the world. All I do is go and read it, right? I read it out loud. And, like even with oracle cards, yeah, I'm chiming in here and there, but it's the cards that have the message, Like sometimes I really feel like spirit could fucking kick it up a notch and give me more of my own messages through me, not me parroting somebody else or using an oracle deck or following a curriculum. I love being a teacher, I do, but sometimes it just makes me feel like a parrot and not actually like somebody who has a valuable message of her own. And maybe that's kind of like my whole point or lesson that I have to learn, is that there really is nothing like my own. Like you don't really have your own thoughts once you realize that like everything's a collective, and that's just the ego that wants to be like, this is my book and my message. And but like really, like you either got that idea from somebody else or from spirit. It was downloaded into you. So I kind of need to just remind myself right here and now to go easier on myself. And I have been, but it still creeps up every once in a while. So if you want to craft with the 6 of fire in nasturtium, you could maybe get some nasturtium flowers and add the petals to your spell candles to increase their energy and strength. So as we look at this card, let me just flip it up right for a second. Yeah, they've put petals on the very top of some of the candles, and they're going to decorate them. They're so pretty. Like 4 of them are in glass, like the Mother Mary candle, but then 2 of them just seem to be like an exposed candle. Like you could carve in the side of it or decorate it or glue glitter. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. How does glitter burn down when it's in your candle? All right. So anyways, another thing is you could make a nasturtium oxymol, which that's vinegar and honey. And you could add a little bit to some soda or club water or seltzer, make a little spritzer to toast your accomplishments. So yeah, we do need to, what darkness needs to be shed? Well, this darkness that we don't do enough and our accomplishments don't mean anything. Like Herbal Marie has now over 42,000 plays, and I couldn't be more disappointed with the whole thing. Like, I'm still not satisfied. I still don't feel like I've added much, if anything. And it's just so crazy how our minds work. Anyways, last thing from nasturtium, and then I'm going to make more tea. Magnify joy at your next gathering. Serve goat cheese mixed with nasturtium petals and leaves. All right, do it if you want, but please warn me that it's goat cheese so I don't gag at your gathering. All right, I took a break. It's 7:47 now, but I literally had to get away from myself. Isn't it comical? Like, I was like, I don't know what the 6 of fire is trying to tell me. So like, I just literally show myself some darkness that needs to be shed. So I'm like standing in the kitchen, like just letting it like flow through my face, letting it flow through my mind, like things that are annoying me, things that like actually did irritate me this week that I pretended like they didn't, but they did. And it like, so what's funny is I didn't quite interpret instantly what the 6 of fire was trying to show me. So the 6 of fire just literally had me make an example of myself to myself. And, you know, I'm standing in the kitchen and I'm thinking about how annoying it is, my ex-husband sometimes. Now, granted, I have to have an extreme amount of gratitude and thankfulness to him because, you know, I'm still living in this house and he pays the bills. Granted, that's because, like, that's his child support, you know. But nonetheless, I'm super thankful for all the little things that he does. He came over the other day, helped me fix my car because we hit something underneath and something needed bent back. So he got the jack and fixed it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thankful for him, but at the same time, I still know that there's some darkness there that needs to be shed within me. I'll give you two quick examples. One, whenever he sees me, he says that he loves me and that he misses me more than I know. Now, granted, that sounds nice, doesn't it? But if you've been with me from the beginning, then you know that he's a little bit of he fucked with my head a lot. Do you know what I mean? And inside, I'm like, you don't want me. You just want me to want you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure on some level he does miss me, and of course it loves me, but like, I feel like he really just wants me to like want him back so then he can like drop me again. Do you know what I mean? So like that came up while I'm standing in the kitchen, my realization that that's been kind of like irritating me, like, because when he says that, I go, okay, I don't say it back. I'm fucking not saying it back. You know what I mean? Even though I do love him. I don't know if I miss him now. But anyways, the other thing that irritated me this week was when I was FaceTiming the girls when they were staying overnight at his house, I was talking to E-Bear, and then like he holds up a t-shirt behind her to show me. Now, two things irritated me about this. One, that he has bought himself yet another new t-shirt. Every time I see him, he has a new t-shirt. It's always been like that. He's bought more t-shirts than I know of anyone on this earth. That, like, he has gone through so many t-shirts. Novelty, he likes them for a day, so he buys another one. Now, every t-shirt's on average $25. So for someone who complains about money to me and says he can barely pay the bills, I'm like, okay, well, just this year, you've probably purchased 30 t-shirts, right? I have no idea. Times that by 25, it's like, please quit bitching to me about money. Like, when, I didn't buy 30 new Oracle decks this year. But so there's that. And then what literally was on the t-shirt, it was an alien holding up 2 tarot cards. And I literally could not help myself. I said out loud, that should be my t-shirt. So I have not bought myself a new t-shirt in like 5 years probably. Because I would, well, of course, rather buy an Oracle deck or a tarot deck. But like, I don't spend money on clothes. People give me clothes, thank God. I let them do my shopping for me. But it's like, he's always been like, it's his money. He can spend it how he wants. That's the bottom line that I need to remember. However, what my point is, nasturtium lit the fire a little bit so that I would see for myself what darkness needs to be shed. So what needs to be shed within me? My irritation, my judgment, my resentment, right? Along with some other things that I was demonstrating before I ran away from the microphone, right? I was like, my low self-esteem was chiming in, my doubt, my self-worth. So how comical is that? And this is why I love Tarot Tuesdays, because it's like, oh man, something about tarot cards makes you look at yourself, makes you look at your shadow, makes you really have like I always say, these tarot cards hand us our ass, right? Like, it's like, hey, you can pull your oracle cards every other day of the week and be love and light and positive, but on Tuesdays, you are going to look at your shit and look at it objectively, and there's no sugarcoating anything on Tuesdays, because this is the days where we really do dive in deep and do our work. So I have to not brush it off that all of these irritations came to the surface, because I know from experience these minor irritations, if allowed to fester, can become raging fires. And I had years upon years of like skin issues where I would get rashes and hives, and I just always thought, what am I eating? What am I eating? Well, honey, you were trying to eat all your negativity, right? So every time somebody irritated me, I just kept it, I just let them get under my skin. I let them irritate me. And then for years and years, like, I was like, I could not figure out my skin. Well, here, it was emotionally related. And maybe a little bit of diet related, but not really, because all the bad guys, like, I eat now. Like, I can eat wheat, I can eat sugar. Like, I'm not getting hives. I'm not getting weird rashes that stay with me forever, right? Like, I don't have this unexplainable stuff because I've done a really, really good job of eliminating the irritations from my life and gotten myself away from thinking about them or keeping them in me. Like, so a lot of times now I try to just get it out right away, laugh about it, or just don't let myself get irritated. But 6 of fire in nasturtium is saying, okay, old habits die hard. That's what burdock root was saying. Lasting change takes time. You've done a really good job of getting rid of your irritated, judgmental, bitchy response to life. Good job, you're doing good. But old habits do die hard because you still have that tendency to grit your fucking teeth at people, right? You still have that tendency to tolerate, which is a good attribute. However, if you keep on tolerating and not process and release, we're just warning you, this stuff could fester. So it's like, just hurry up, tell everybody at Herb Oracle how that t-shirt should have been yours. And it's true. Like, why did he buy that t-shirt? Really? Oh, suddenly he likes tarot cards? Really? And an alien hole? That should be my fucking shirt. So anyways, 6 of fire is saying that is your darkness that needs to be shed. So they made me just demonstrate to myself. I gladly volunteered to demonstrate to myself. Nobody made me do anything. I have demonstrated to myself several important aspects of my darkness that needs to be shed. It's not what darkness, or like it's outside of you or different than you. Your darkness is you. It's in you. So own it. Own it and know it. And then you can let it go or have it simmer down or shine light on it. But don't act like that darkness ain't you, because then you're stepping into really dangerous territory, victimhood. Victimhood. Yeah, you heard me. And then it's like you start blaming and not taking responsibility. So I don't blame him for anything. Who I blame, if anyone, is myself and my response to him. And there is a lesson there. Burdock is saying, turn your foe into your friend and learn the lesson, whatever it is. You know, so I know he reflects back to me. You know, like, I can't really complain too much about his t-shirt things, because if I had a job or a podcast that was financially productive, I would just buy more Oracle decks. I know this. So on some level, I get it. But anyways, I'm just saying, I noticed that it irritated me, and I know that that irritation is some darkness that needs to be shed. Third card, you ready? Sorry for taking so long today, but I got up extra early just to basically like take forever. It's almost 8 o'clock now. Like, this is normal time now, you guys. But I'm glad. Okay, here we go. What's the question? Things that do not serve me. Okay, more of this crap. Oh, we're not done yet. I'm like ready to move on to the solution. But this Mabon tarot spread by the Wayward Witch wants us to just pull one more card that might show things that do not serve me. Fine, whatever. Whoa, hold on. I can't pick that many cards. See, I'm a little sassy. I got sassy there. Aw, I was really sassy. Like, some lady called me from I don't know, I must have taken like the free life insurance from my union or credit union or something. And now they want to have like a phone Zoom to talk about my benefits. But anyways, I was so sassy when the secretary assistant lady called, poor thing. And she called back yesterday to confirm the appointment. And I thought, I cannot believe this chick is calling me back again. So tonight, I guess I have some type of a Zoom meeting with Cameron. Looking forward to that. Not really. Like, okay, like I'm already taking you up on this offer. Am I paying for it? Or are you going to try to talk me into like expanding my plan? Probably. But it's like, okay, great. I'll be tolerating you. I'll just turn it into a broadcast live stream. You know what? Cameron and me on Zoom, I'll just show up with my Oracle cards. I'll be like, hey, while we're here video chatting, how about I pull you a card? All right, Sadie, how about you pull the third card? Things that do not serve me. Things that do not serve me. This is such a positive deck, though. There it is. Things that do not serve me. Hemlock. Number 4, the Emperor. Okay. This is a cool card. I don't think I've actually ever pulled it, to tell you the truth. We've got like a mandala. Would you consider this a mandala? Like they've used hemlock, pine cones, I don't know what those yellow things are. They've used pine cones, little branches, little sticks, and they've made like a star shape. It's like, I would say this is a square rectangle mandala. If you can imagine that. If you can't imagine it, I'll take a picture of it and put it on the Herb Oracle Instagram. The question is, things that do not serve me, and I got the Emperor. Things that do not serve me. Build strong boundaries. A sturdy structure supports abundant growth. Own your authority. So, things that do... See, this is a little confusing. Things that do not serve me. Am I building too strong of boundaries? Like, like usually the Emperor's like, oh yeah, we wanted you to build strong boundaries, but oh, Sadie, you're too good at it. We didn't realize you were such a good builder. So actually that may not be serving you right now, right? Let's see what else he has to say. It's a square mandala, lies on a wooden table. It's square, but then they have like a line of pine cones on the top and the bottom that make it seem more rectangle. Just saying. An 8-pointed star. See, I'm being a little too authoritative. An eight-pointed star made of hemlock cones forms the centerpiece. And then there's 4 small houses crafted of branches grow out of the star. Oh, is that what that is supposed to be? Okay, so those are supposed to be houses. Now that I see that, I guess, sure. Sprigs of hemlock separated from yellow rose petals. That's what the yellow things are. My mom has a tiny little yellow rose bush, and it smells so good. Anyways, there's little rose petals that like look like a yellow dried apricot. They adorn the top and bottom and left and right. The hemlock cones and tips form an expansive rectangular, thank you, it is fucking rectangular, framework around the piece. Oh my gosh, you guys, what happened to me? Oh my gosh, you guys, what did the 6 of fire do to me? Oh, it's showing me where I still need to shed darkness, things that don't serve me, the fact that like I can say affirmations all day and night, but there is this part of me that's still like this. Ooh, that I don't normally activate, but I went there with this tarot spread and decided to activate it and see what is still there. See, I always feel like that way about my JB, you know, the judgmental bitch. Like, she's always there if I need her. You know, it's like, I don't think I'll ever be able to, quote, get rid of her because she's a part of me. But I just choose normally not to activate her or summon her, you know. But she's always like, I'll just sit. She's like, I'm here if you need me, you know. But it's very interesting. Like, maybe we never get rid of our darkness. Maybe we can't, right? That whole, like, without the dark, there can't be light. Without the light makes the dark, right? Because anytime you shine a light, like I'm looking at the candle lit in my desk lamp, there's shadows. There's shadows from the light bulb. There's shadows from the flame. The sun in the sky makes shadows. It just might be part of us and how we are. And then what's up to us is what we focus on and what we activate. All right, so anyways, Hemlock wants to say, whether it makes sense to me or not, a strong foundation and safe environment builds a solid future. So things that do not serve me might be the fact that, like, I am still in an environment, aka my ex-husband's house, that doesn't feel 100% safe. You know? It doesn't. He could ask me at any time to get the fuck out. Or quit paying the bills, which he often says, right? Like, anytime I ever, like, bring up any money issues, well, I can just quit paying the mortgage, right? Like, it doesn't feel like this is my house. I'm here, I'm appreciative, but it's like, it doesn't serve me. Ultimately, I understand that living here doesn't serve me. I mean, even though ironically and paradoxically it is serving me right now, and my children, right? But like this week, the water smells like poop. Literally, it stinks so bad. The basement should just be condemned. You can't run water into the septic hardly. There's just so many things that it's like this house tries to tell me all the time, you shouldn't be here. And I'm like, I get it, but where do you want me to go? You know, I don't want to become somebody else's burden. This is kind of almost freedom. I'm divorced, but I'm still in his house. I have to admit, that does not serve me. All right, could I really meet somebody new and be in this house? No. All right, not that I'm looking anymore, you guys. I've officially given up. Dropped the topic of looking for a lover because I don't think I want one right now. Really, genuinely. I actually got to the point where you know what? Maybe I don't actually want one right now. I really don't have time or the energy, and I can see all the things that I want to work on within myself, and I'm just I'm good. Isn't that fantastic? Except for those 3 horny days that I have a month. I think, well, maybe. All right, let's get back to this. Hemlock. It is ideal for framing houses because it is a soft wood that toughens with age. Hashtag relatable. So trust your boundaries. They may feel pliable at first, but they will strengthen over time. By creating the conditions for other plants to thrive, hemlock is an important part of a healthy ecosystem. Build a reliable scaffolding on which your sacred work can grow. Step into leadership with confidence. Haha. So hemlock just wanted to address my doubts and concerns with me stepping into more leadership on my YouTube channel. He's saying step into it with confidence, and he has also brought to my attention things that do not serve me, which is my housing arrangement. And it's even talking about houses and boundaries, and I get it, but I just don't see any other options not right now and not anytime soon. Like, you guys, I really don't know what to do. And I don't have to figure it out now. Like, I get that. Like, I feel like all the angels are just like pushing me down in my chair, like rubbing my shoulders. Like, it's okay. You don't have to think about it right now. But my ego mind could certainly get freaked out if I would allow it to run with this and be like, I don't know what to do. What are we doing about life? What's your son going to do? What are you doing over the next 2 years? What are you doing? Like, blah, blah, blah. You know how it goes. And, but I get it. All right. So there is a little important note at the bottom. They're referring to the evergreen conifer tree, not the dangerous herbaceous flowering plant poison hemlock. Okay. So they are talking about hemlock tea. Like, you could drink hemlock tea. It's got vitamins in it, but make sure you're harvesting the tree and not the poisonous plant. So yeah, like right now, like I was like, I'm losing hair, take a vitamin, you know, and I feel like that's good advice. Try to drink more of my infusions, get my herbal vitamins. And because I am in an intense spiritual growth right now. I get that. So hemlock is also just reminding us all to take care of our bodies. Maybe we could craft with the emperor by using hemlock to frame an altar. And then you make a frame and you place objects representing what you want to protect. You put those inside your hemlock frame. So you could even make like a circle or a square or a rectangle, whatever you want, with hemlock, little branches on your altar, just tiny little twigs and, you know, little bits, and then put inside what you want to protect, that or represent what you would like to protect. And last, embody the power of hemlock. Stand tall with your crown reaching to the sun and your roots firmly in the earth. So I want to tell you real quick before we move on to our fourth card that on my little break I made like a quick turmeric drink. So if you don't need it real milky and you don't mind it watery, and you just want to get a little turmeric in you, just in your cup sprinkle some turmeric in. And I get mine at Walmart because the Great Value brand has an organic line that's in glass bottles, but I like to just order it in bulk. However, I ran out and just got one of these. It's pretty good. But anyways, you sprinkle that in your mug with some honey and a little cracked black pepper. You pour that water in, and then you can either add like a splash of almond milk or a spoonful of dry instant milk and make yourself literally a quickie golden milk, you know. It's not quite as authentic as doing it on the stove with ginger root and love and light, but if you need something quick, there you go. All right, so fourth card. Now, the placement of the cards, there's two at the top. Now, the one we just did is like on the second row, but like one space to the left of the burdock. So now this card will go directly under the first card that we pulled. So yeah, this is definitely a layout that you might want to, if you've not ever been to my Instagram, go there and check it out at Herb Oracle and kind of just see for yourself, or go to the Wayward Witch. She has it there. I have it at Tarot Spread Layout right now. If you go there in present time, you'll see it. So anyways, we're on the second row, and now this card's going to go under our first card. And the question is where to find balance. So at this point in the show, I feel pretty defeated, and which is good, because I'm going to maybe just go with whatever the deck says. Like, hey, fine. Like, I don't feel like any stress or pressure. Like, the first three cards, I felt like a lot of anxiety with. Probably because, like, something new that I was going to be, you know, doing all of that. But now, where to find balance? So, especially with something residual and long term, like my irritations that I spoke of, not any of them are new. That is repetitive topics. Like that's a repetitive experience. Like he's been driving me crazy for 13 years, you know, like this house is a repetitive experience. Like so now I got to be open, like okay, like apparently what I've done in my own mind and in my own heart and in my own life, it has helped. It's certainly been helpful, but not completely healing and not completely resolutioning and solving. You know what I mean? Like it's been like 85% solution, you know, or like I've just figured out ways to make myself feel better even though nothing really has changed. Like I got it to change a little bit, but ultimately it's still the same deal, you know, better, but still here. So that's one way of me being honest with my darkness and my shadows and what I need to release. It's like, yeah, you release like 85% of it, but like you still have this 15% residual stuff that could like flare up at any time. So like, how do I find balance? More balance. I want to see more balance because that's what I'm saying. Like I found a lot of ways to balance myself out and stay positive, but apparently I can always be open to finding more balance. So the question is for your fourth card, if you're shuffling along and want to pick one, ask your deck where to find balance. Where to find balance. Where to find balance. B vitamins. Yeah, I know. I need to take my vitamins. Where to find balance. All right. So, off the top, we have California Poppy reversed. Dang, all these reversals today are like tearing me up a little bit. Okay. This is the Iha of fire. Oh God, more fire. Here we go. Where to find balance though? So California Poppy, she's no stranger to this table. She's been here. This is the picture where there's like the little Iha hands and she's playing with her. It's not a crystal ball. What is it? It's an amber gazing ball, and she's got plaid jewelry and a bracelet on her hand, and there's like poppies everywhere. There's mortar and pestle. The key words, the meaning of this card is create with the enthusiasm of a beginner. Should sound familiar. We get this all the time. Boisterous play, then sweet sleep. Light up the landscape with golden joy. Yeah, I just want to go back to bed. So, and that might actually be my message. Where to find balance. Play hard and then sleep deep. Sweet sleep, you know what I mean? It's like go, 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 crash. Go, 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 crash. You know, just like a toddler. Go, 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 crash. Like there they are. Like you look over, they're sleeping. Like they're sleeping on their toy truck. You know what I mean? Like time for a nap, out. You know, like when they're at that age where they don't even try to fight it, you know? They're like, I sleep now. You know, they're in the middle of eating spaghetti. They're like trying to fall asleep. I remember my daughter doing that, and I'm like, hello, can you finish eating before you fall asleep? So anyways, California Poppy. It's a cute table. There's magical objects on this bright yellow table. There's her little stuffed tiger. There's a glitter wand, which is cute because we're going to put glitter on those nasturtium candles, I guess. There's a little small cauldron. There's a mortar and pestle. There's pictures of the poppy plant. that are scattered about like oracle cards. So she's playing. She has real flowers. There's real poppies, California poppies, around framing the edge of the table. Now, I don't know if this is significant, but Hemlock was talking about framing, right? And I'll use that word. So I feel like, once again, we're still going to talk a little bit about boundaries within ourselves. The poppies are framing the edge of the table. So don't get pushed off the edge. I feel like California poppy is saying, like, we have framed the edge of the table, right? Because we're trying to find balance, right? You're going to put me over the edge, like that kind of feeling when people irritate you, like, oh, you're going to drive me crazy. I'm going to jump off a bridge. Like, okay, California poppy is saying, hold up. I'm gonna stand over here on the edge, okay? Because your goal is to find balance. So yeah, it's a cute scene. You got a child's hands. They're dirt-stained fingers, but she's got these flashy costume ring and bracelet and flashy jewels. And yeah, her hands are around her amber gazing ball, which I'm a little jealous. Yeah. All right, the Iha of Fire jumps at the chance to be creative. She cannot wait to begin a new project. She approaches everything with the playfulness of a child. Knowing the strong elixir of California poppy creates magic, she takes small but confident steps towards independence. She may have watched an elder many times, but now she makes medicine for herself. Just as California poppy flowers light up dry, wild desert meadows with their brilliant color, she stays open to the light, sways with the wind, and radiates delight. So there you have it. Where to find balance, staying open to the light, radiating delight. Now it is reversed, so the only thing that I feel like I want to mention is it's like if I have been a little, like I said, yeah, I kind of did admit to this, a little too eager to start a new project, start another new project on top of another new project on top of another new project. And I know I do this just to keep myself distracted and whatever, because I'm like, oh my God, you guys, just some days I just struggle and don't really like life. So it's like a new project keeps me afloat, but is it tending to my balance? So I just say, heed the notice, Sadie, like, are you staying balanced with all your new projects, or is it kind of tipping the scales? Like, it's really good to create with the enthusiasm of a beginner and jump at new projects, right? And be creative in everything that you do. But we also need to just make sure that, we're not overextending ourselves. I think I can handle it. However, how can I handle it? How can I stay balanced? Well, then you better stay open to the light. If you want to keep a full plate, you better stay open to the light. You better sway with the wind, and you better radiate delight. You better be joyful. You better be playful, right? You better be enthusiastic then. All right, fine, but you better be joyful. So anyways, where to find balance in playfulness, in resting when you need to rest, in really sleeping so good, in allowing light in and then radiating light and delight and enthusiasm and joy outward. Keep it flowing in and through you, in and through you, in and through you. Stay enthusiastic. You'll find balance by sprinkling joy wherever you go. Maybe gathering some California poppy flowers, not this time of year. There's a way you can craft a fairy doll from poppy flowers. You might want to look that up. But do whatever you want to do that creates and inspires enthusiasm. And make sure that for as enthusiastic as you get, you balance it out with relaxation. You balance it out with a nap, with downtime, with resting, with really, 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 really good night's sleep. All right, well, we made it to our final card. Now this card is going to go under the Emperor, the Hemlock one. So this will be like a third bottom row, and it's going to go under the left card of the second row. So anyways, good spread, you guys, good spread. Last question is, what did I learn? Well, I learned that you can get up early and then make extra long Tarot Tuesday podcasts, which it is. But that doesn't surprise me because we took off last week, so you know. I would normally just probably be getting up right now or getting down here. But so yeah, I've been up for a while, and that's okay. I'm glad. So then after this, I'm gonna go to the bathroom again. Oh my gosh, you guys, I got up early just to keep running to the bathroom. Record my Daniel Scranton reading, my narration that I do of his channeling. And then I don't know, maybe my kids will get up a little bit early. If not, I might read the Course in Miracles or just go outside with my dogs. I shouldn't have said that out loud because now they're listening to me. But anyways, I'm happy to have spent my early morning with you. Thanks for hanging out. Our last card is, what did I learn? Well, as always, I learned that I still have work to do. Thanks, Tarot Tuesday. All right, let's see. What did I learn? Let's see what my deck thinks that I learned. What did I learn? I pulled a card, not much. All right, I checked the whole card out, but I'm going to go with the one. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards that fell out. However, one was definitely looking at me, and I actually saw her like earlier today, so I'm not surprised that she is here, like, because I noticed her during shuffling, like on one of the card numbers, and I thought, oh, hey, what's up, Calendula? I'm like, I just said hi, and so here she is. So I'm gonna honor her because she made a lot of effort to come out of the deck. It's a 3 of Fire. Okay, so besides the Hanged one and the Emperor, I only pulled fire cards. What's interesting with this layout is this is the diagonal line of fire. The nasturtium, the California poppy, and now calendula it is the diagonal line of 3 cards, the way this layout looks. So 3 of Fire is what I've learned. Now, what I think of right away is that calendula follows the sun. Calendula is drawn to the light. Yes, it closes up at night and it cries and it's Mary's gold, you know what I mean? And so it's like this complete message now at the end of our reading that pulls together everything kind of for me. I have to stay open to the light, but I can't be afraid to go into my dark places. This is not the time to fall to fear. Society is getting so conditioned and practiced to be a vibrational match to fear. Every time I hear someone say, stay safe, I think, do you even realize what damage you're doing by getting everyone to feel like they have to stay safe? You're basically reinforcing the vibration of fear all the time. So if you're one of those people that's like, stay safe, I hope you guys are staying safe, stay safe, stay safe. Like, just check yourself for a minute and be like, oh my God, I'm saying stay safe, but like what I'm actually doing is making people focus on fear. Because when you say stay safe, the logical question that the mind projects is what from? And then the mind is focused on its fear. So anyways, you can take that hashtag stay safe and shove it up your ass if you're one of the people perpetuating it. Welcome to Tarot Tuesday. But anyways, one of my favorite DJs, Nora and Pure, I love her. I love her weekly show that she does on Mondays, Purified Radio. I hope everybody is staying safe. I hope you are staying safe. Like, honey, just play the fucking music without adding to the fear factor, right? All right. Anyways, I'm obviously still feeling the nasturtium. so sorry. All right. Let's talk about the Three of Fire and see if I learned anything. Calendula answers the question, what did you learn? What did I learn, Calendula? Tell me what I learned. Calendula says, take joy in prolific, passionate play. So that's why I told you to shove that hashtag up your ass, and then I laughed. Okay? And I hope that you laughed too. There's probably some people that, like, after I said that, they're not listening anymore. Right? Like, they couldn't handle me. But, like, I'm playing with you. Like, I really don't want you to shove a hashtag up your ass. Okay? I don't think you could. Anyways, I felt like it was a safe threat because you couldn't. Like, it's impossible to shove a hashtag up your ass. So that should have been your biggest clue that I was joking around. So anyways, it's like whenever somebody says to me, where's your mask? And I say, if it was up your ass kicking field goals, you'd know. I hope that they know that I'm joking, because how can a mask kick field goals? It can't. Okay, so there you go, honey. I'm joking. Nobody appreciates my sense of humor except for you extra weird ones. Like the other day at ladies' night, we're talking about Halloween, and I said, I think I'll just go as COVID-19 and scare everybody. And nobody laughed. I'm just like a tad bit too much sometimes. Okay, I get it. But here's what I've learned. Calendula says, take joy in prolific, passionate play. So the one thing that I've learned is actually from that California Poppy reversed, which I feel like maybe is also a message too, to flip the script and turn this all upside down and see it as funny. Nasturtium is upside down too. Upside down candles. So funny, right? I feel like it's kind of like this message, like, look at your darkness and your shadow, and all of it is like walking on the ceiling, standing upside down. Like, it's just so ridiculous, right? But it's a weird dream, and we're just gonna go with it. We're gonna actually have fun with it now. Ooh, there we go. So yeah, this perpetual shadow, that like these issues that have like just followed us around and we've held on to for so long, like maybe that 15% that we can't seem to woo away, right, with our magic and our intentions and our laws of the universe, that 15%, the solution is play. The solution is laughter. The solution is having a sense of humor about it and joking about it. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm living in my ex-husband's house. Like, the most gorgeous, beautiful man could ask me out, and I'd be like, well, I'd love to go out on a date with you, but I'm still living in my ex-husband's house. So, you know, or just laugh like, oh my God, my life is such a joke. And I'm thankful for it because I love comedy. I love comedy. All right. So anyways, what have I learned? More play, more passionate play, delight in your own unique expression. So it's like, hey, it's ridiculous. I'm ridiculous sometimes, and that's just how it is. So I'll just have a good time with it, delight in it, laugh at myself, laugh with myself. Not always even at me, but I'm laughing with me. Like, it's okay that nobody laughed at your COVID Halloween joke, even though it was funny. Okay, on some sadistic level, that was fucking hilarious. Nobody laughed with me, but that's okay because I laughed with myself, right? I'll never let myself laugh alone. All right. Creative inspiration will last longer than one season. So I do also love that message about calendula. It's like, hey, keep going. New creative fire comes in all the time. You know, it's like, this isn't the end of your life. Like, something new will come up, and you'll enjoy that too. And yeah, like, we're going into the dark season today on this autumn equinox with our Mabon tarot spread. And some of us can really feel sad, like, oh no, the days are going to get shorter now, more darkness. Here comes my seasonal affective disorder. Like, oh my God, did I harvest enough St. John's wort? Can I survive another winter? Is it winter already again? Oh my God, like, it's just the first day of fall, and we're freaking out like that we have to survive the whole winter. It's like, listen, creative inspiration will return to you, even if you let it go for a little bit, just to fallow, just to go into the darkness and rest. You can go in and chill out anytime, as often, as long as you want, and know that when you reemerge, creativity will be waiting there to greet you. You will be greeted. It will be waiting for you. So yeah, here we have another messy work table, the nasturtium table, the California poppy table, the calendula flower table, all messy, beautiful, botanical, floral, creative, crafty tables, fun, playful tables. Petals are scattered about a messy work table. Baskets are brimming with yellow, red, and orange calendula. Mortars and pestles are smudged from crushed plants. A glass jar with freshly picked flowers is flipped open in front of a bottle of olive oil. Incense burns and the summer sun shines through the window. And yeah, as I look over, I've lit like 3 sticks of incense this morning. It's like smoky in here. And the sunbeams coming in from the dirty ass kitchen window are beautiful. They're just shining through the incense smog. So here's what calendula wants to end us with. Thanks for hanging out. Playful creativity is infectious. Okay, that's what we need to be spreading. Playful creativity. That's what you want to catch. That's what needs to go viral. Playful creativity. Calendula grows easily and readily self-sows. So once you plant it, you're supposed to have it in your garden for years. Mine didn't come back, but that could be because I live in Western Pennsylvania, and a lot of things don't come back unless they are super duper hardy. Anyways, all varieties of calendula have healing properties and create an abundance of medicine. So what did I learn? I learned these are exciting times. Explore new art forms. Take decisive action. Allow your ideas to find wildly original expressions, like the many colors of calendula. Calendula enjoys a long and fruitful growing season. Remain enthusiastically committed to your goals. So yeah, Sadie, don't give up now. You took a week off last week. Now you should be good to go now, solid for the rest of the year. Step in to leadership. with confidence. So here we go again, another leadership message, as always, on Tarot Tuesday. But the thing that we all need to do, whether we gather people on our YouTube channels or not, which I probably will, is ignite our playful spirit, right? So play with your herbs this week. If you've got anything left over that didn't get frosted out, we had a hard frost. It killed all my holy basil. So anyways, that's okay. I have vinegar and tincture, but had I had known, I may have taken all of that, you know what I mean? And did something with it. But there's other things. So get crafty, make an oil, make a salve, make a tincture with calendula if you have it, or any other herb that gets you feeling playful. Maybe if you still have flowers in your garden, you can create art with it, or a mandala, just something joyful. There's actually, what a joyful lineup. Nasturtium flowers, California poppy, calendula, all these shades of yellow, orange, and golden red, it's so beautiful. Make magical creativity confetti with dried calendula petals. Use it in everything. So if you do have like a ton of calendula, you could just dry the petals and then sprinkle those on top of cupcakes or whatever, like top it. That could be your little magical creativity confetti. So anyways, thank you for hanging out today for Tarot Tuesday here at Ho, the Mabon Tarot Spread by the Wayward Witch. And I also love that nasturtium, California poppy, and that infamous calendula poppy, LOL, it's in sync with the color of turmeric, our beautiful herb of the week. So along with those 4 herbal allies, I also want to say thank you to burdock and hemlock. Burdock, hemlock, there for supporting us and encouraging us to go deep. And it's okay to maintain your boundaries and your solid foundations. So anyways, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you enjoyed your cards as well if you pulled them. If you're posting them anywhere on Instagram or Twitter, I think that's the only 2 socials I actually do anymore. Be sure to mention me so I can check it out. All right, you guys, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you back here tomorrow to manifest more persistence. Yeah, hashtag can't stop, won't stop.